When the Pokémon TCG set Temporal Forces released, I got excited for one Pokémon card for the Format Gym Leader Challenge, Metang, with the ability Metal Maker. Once during your turn, you may look at the top 4 cards of your deck and attach any number of basic Metal energy cards you find there to your Pokémon in any way you like. Shuffle the other cards and put them on the bottom of your deck. This ability gives Metal decks another energy acceleration option that is easy to set up. Let's start by looking at the available cards in Metang's evolution line, Metagross and Beldum. Metagross with Ancient Trait Double lets you attach 2 tools to it, so it works nicely in damage reduction strategies. Levitation Field Metagross is a decent support Pokemon, giving your other Pokemon no retreat cost. Emergency Entry Metagross is a cool attacker, and its ability can put itself on the field without evolving from Metang. Finally, Metagross from Temporal Forces can deal a lot of damage. There have been a couple of decent Beldum cards. The one I prefer is Call for Family Beldum from Vivid Voltage, which lets you search for 2 basic Pokemon and put them on your bench. If you want more Heavy Ball synergy, you can consider playing the Beldum from Celestial Storm. Magnetic Lift Beldum is solid if you care about having a 1 retreat cost. Here's an example deck list with the link in the description. Let's go over the main features of this list. Metang can sometimes be inconsistent because the ability only looks at the top 4 cards of the deck. To make the energy acceleration engine more consistent, you can also have Giga Magnet Magnezone in the deck. Once during your turn, you may look at the top 6 cards of your deck and attach any number of metal energy cards you find there to your Pokemon in any way you like. Shuffle the other cards back into your deck. It works well with Metang because Metang puts any non-energy cards on the bottom of the deck, which gives Giga Magnet a higher chance of succeeding. Revavroom is almost an auto-include in any metal deck. The draw power it provides is unmatched in the metal type. Most metal decks also play one of a couple of good Bronzong cards. Metal Transfer Bronzong lets you move any metal energy on your Pokemon any way you like, so it is good in decks that have healing cards like Max Potion. In other metal decks, Metal Link's Bronzong is good because it attaches energy from your discard pile. For this reason, it is a good partner with Revavroom. Mallow and Cypher Maniac's Code Breaking are supporter cards that let you search for 2 cards and put them on top of your deck. Both are solid cards that work well with Metang because they can put 2 metal energies on top of the deck, guaranteeing multiple energies that can be attached using Metal Maker. Mallow can also put Emergency Entry Metagross on top of the deck. Once during your turn, if you drew this Pokemon from your deck at the beginning of your turn and your bench isn't full, before you put it into your hand, you may put it onto your bench. If you do, draw 3 cards. If your opponent does not play Disruption on the turn you put Metagross on top of the deck, you'll be able to use its ability to put it into play and draw 3 cards. Finally, Mallow works well with Dreamy Revelation Jirachi. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is in the active spot, you may look at the top 2 cards of your deck and put one of them into your hand. Put the other card back on top of your deck. In combination with Mallow, Jirachi helps you add any card you want to your hand. U-turn board makes it easy to retreat Jirachi and is resilient to Field Blower, the best tool removal in GLC. Because the deck plays many evolution lines, the deck sometimes takes a couple of turns to set up. To address this, I added cards like Artisan, Capture Energy, and Technical Machine Evolution. Artisan is a stadium that lets the turn player put a basic Pokemon from their deck into play. Capture Energy is a special energy with a similar effect. TM Evolution lets you choose up to 2 of your benched Pokemon. For each of those Pokemon, search your deck for a card that evolves from that Pokemon and put it onto that Pokemon to evolve it. Instead of waiting a whole turn to evolve your Pokemon normally, you can use your attack for the turn to evolve immediately. Guzman Hollow is a supporter card that can search for a Stadium, Tool, and Special Energy card, so it can fetch all 3 of Artisan, TM Evolution, and Capture Energy. Arvin is a supporter card that searches the deck for an item card and a tool card. Buddy Buddy Poffin is an item card that searches the deck for 2 basic Pokemon with 70 or less HP, like Magnemite and Beldum. With TM Evolution, those can immediately evolve into Magneton and Metang on the same turn. Adventure Bag is an item card that can search for TM Evolution and makes the deck less reliant on supporter cards. Metal decks typically have a poor matchup against fire decks due to weakness. To give this deck some chance of winning the matchup, I added Coating Energy and Metal Frying Pan, both of which give the Pokemon attached no weakness. The deck is otherwise filled with GLC stable cards. Overall, the main strength of this deck is its energy acceleration engine, which allows it to power up attackers like Zamazenta and Dialga easily. On the flip side, it can struggle a bit with consistency and hitting high damage numbers if Zamazenta is not in play. Cards like Random Receiver and Trainer's Mail can help fix the consistency, though I find it hard to fit them into the list. Consider this deck list a starting point for building a metal deck. Thanks for watching, and let me know what you think of Metang and Metal GLC decks. Until next time, peace.